Hey, what's up, everyone, and welcome to my channel, Metal of Collectibles. Tonight is part two of Actionfest 2026. Tonight we are doing Sam Raimi's Darkman. Uh, Came out in 1990, starring Liam Neeson. Great movie. We're going to get into it. Part of Action Fest, so we have four different channels participating in this. This is originally Pop Culture Philosophers Rock and Robbie's thing. I was lucky enough to be invited, and we're also, so there's four of us doing this. Myself, Rock and Robbie, um Matt, Heroes for Hire Comic Club, and Fable at One Collection Down. We got them on the panel tonight, so let's get into it. We'll bring out some of our panelists tonight. First one, another collaborator on this, my good friend Matt, Heroes for Hire. Let's welcome him to the stage.
Hey, station.
Station. Hey Matt, how
Hi.
we doing tonight?
I'm good. I watched this movie today and I forgot how much I liked it.
Oh yeah,
So
yep,
yeah, but yeah, I'm
same.
doing good. I hope you're doing all right. Just been hanging out at the house,
Yep,
doing super secret comic book stuff. So
super secret.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, glad to have you here and collaborating on this.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
we're here for week. This is week two. We're
Week two.
already. Yep.
Yeah. Our next person I'm going to bring onto the stage is a good friend of mine. Got me kind of um, not just collaborating, but participating in these movie reviews. A good friend of mine, Fable, One Collection Down, part of the PCP Army. Let's welcome him to the stage.
Station. What's going on, guys?
Station.
Station. Brother Fable, how are we doing tonight?
Chilling, man. Hard day at work, but here now, chilling with the fellas, about to reminisce on some Darkman.
Some
Oh
Dark
yeah.
Man. Yeah. All right. And we have two newcomers to my channel. Good friend of mine. I met him on IG. We've done a couple movie reviews together. Jake at Hounds of Gore. Welcome to the stage, man.
Yo, what's up, station
Station.
fellas?
What's up,
Good.
Jake?
Not much, man. Good to be here. As you know, I am a big Evil Dead fan. It's good. As soon as you mentioned Darkman, I had to hop on, for my guy Sam Raimi. So super excited. Watched it today again. It's been a little bit since I've watched it, but definitely needs to be on repeat a little bit more often. Liam Neeson just kicks ass.
Yeah, same here. There were quite a few things I was like, man, I really need to watch this more often. It's pretty awesome. All right, and another newcomer, we got Verno from Blood Splatter Chatter. He does a lot of horror movie reviews. Good friend of the PCP Army. Let's bring him out.
What up?
What's
Oh,
up, Verno? How we
Station.
doing?
What up,
I was
buddy?
getting nervous that my internet wasn't working. I didn't hear anything Fable said or anything that Hounds of Gore said. I'm like, oh my God, am I having
Uh-oh.
issues? But then now I can hear you guys. I'm good. I'm good. What up? You guys can hear me?
Okay,
You can see me.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay,
hear
good.
you and I
Yes.
see
Awesome,
you.
man. Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate being on.
Good to
Some
see you,
Action
man.
Fest.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it, man. So
You bet.
what's your history with Darkman, Bruno?
I loved this when I was a kid, born in 1983. Loved it. This is back when R-rated movies were aimed at us as we were kids. And I kind of like, I think a couple of you said, I haven't seen it since. Like, loved it, adored it. I didn't even know, like, when it came out, I didn't know what a Sam Raimi was. I'd never seen Evil Dead. I didn't know anything about it. So this has been like 30 years since I've seen it. So I enjoy the shit out of it. Like you guys are saying, it's one that's like, why doesn't it get talked about more?
Very underappreciated.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely. Let's check in on the comments here, see who we got. Got 34 Easy E's here. He has a particular set of skills. Durant actor is low-key a great villain. Dr. Giggles and Santa Claus from the pilot of Tales from the Crypt. Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
A show I used to sneak and watch.
Yeah, yeah, and scared the shit out of me as a
Yeah.
kid.
Then I couldn't
Yeah,
sleep at all later.
yeah. Station, Rockin' Robbie, pop culture
Station.
philosopher,
Robbie.
Station. Thanks for showing, Robbie. Appreciate it. We have, let's see here. We got Matt pulling double duties.
Yeah, I just thought I'd say hi to everybody.
Yeah, we got Bruno doing double duty, saying hello. All right, then we just got a few comments here. Evil Dead is the shit. Yes,
You know that.
I completely agree with that.
Absolutely.
All right, so we kind of gave our history with it. Just kind of a brief. What's your overall thoughts, Matt?
Well, like I said earlier, I've ever seen this at the Cinema 4 in Middlesboro, Kentucky in 1990. I was born in 76, so I was in middle school. And I think I forgot a lot about it. Like, I almost forgot that Liam Neeson was the lead. And I didn't realize it was. Well, I think back when I was a kid, I didn't know who the fuck Liam Neeson was or Francis McDormand, or any of those people were. The most recognizable person to me in this movie at the time was Dr. Giggles, um,
Yeah.
but who is we'll talk about that a little bit later. But what really caught me about it was, well, the effects are they're a little bit 1990, 89 kind of 80s effects, but still they were done pretty well. I like the way they do kind of these some of the matte painting. You can tell some of it were like matte paintings or something they probably used. And the cityscape to me looked like Los Angeles, though. Like when they're in the we get to see a cool helicopter chase. You don't really see many helicopter chases in movies, to be honest with you, unless it was Airwolf or something. But also, I was struck by it. Kind of had this like it was kind of dark. I mean, it's called Darkman. But it's got kind of some dark undertones. It's kind of sad, but I felt like a little campiness come out with some of the actors in it are a little bit over the top with it, but it's the way it's supposed to be. Because I'd read, and I don't want to blow up anybody if they got any factoids about it, but I'd read today online that Raimi wanted to do a movie about the Shadow, and
Oh, okay.
he couldn't get the rights to it, so he decided to do his own thing. He had made like a 10-minute, or wrote like a short story called Darkman or something. And I also think stands out when he's doing this stuff where he's creating like synthetic flesh, and he's basically got like a 3D printer,
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
which is
that's
like
exactly
crazy
right.
because now he kind of almost like Sam Raimi predicted the future a little bit. I mean, there's a little bit more outrageous the way they do it, but like, but you could, if you think about it, after you read that, I saw that he wanted to do a movie about the Shadow. That like you could kind of get that like 1930s like kind of like noir comic book feel to it a little bit,
Pulpy.
and they kind of do it kind of comic booky too.
Mhm.
And you got this and like but like Liam Neeson kind of cracks me up a little bit when he gets mad, when he got mad like at the fair when the guy said no, you can't have the pink teddy bear, and he just like there's like this scene where they cut to him and there's like all this chaos going on behind him, like it's like I guess they were like symbolizing what's going on in his mind, right?
Yeah.
And also it's kind of like some of the stuff's kind of gross, like when you like body horror kind of, which is really cool to me. I like body horror stuff,
Yeah.
like all the way back to The Fly, or all these Cronenberg films, which basically in the 80s that was Cronenberg's jam, was body horror,
Mm-hmm.
So but yeah, I get like a lot of good vibes off of it. It's like it's a fun, like there's not really like any really slow parts to it either. And I don't know, man, that's my overall thoughts so far. It was like I just really enjoyed it. Like I was kind of bummed I hadn't watched it in so long.
Yeah. Yeah. Same here. Great points, Matt.
I was watching
Great
going,
points.
how come I haven't watched this movie sooner? Exactly.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
rewatched it, I mean, yeah.
And it really is. It's a great mix of like dark aesthetic with some slapstick and over the top. Like there's so many different elements in here.
It's almost like Batman 66-esque campiness a little bit.
In
to it.
parts.
Like some of the villains are just over the top, which I love. So.
Yep. Fable, what's your overall thoughts, bud?
Well, I remember seeing this when I was a kid and thinking it was absolutely badass. Like I used to love this movie when I was younger. And it sort of kind of it started it started that connecting the dots shit that you have. You don't like. I think Colonel said this earlier. You don't know who Sam Raimi is. You don't. At least I didn't at that time. I don't know who these people are, but I remember loving Evil Dead 2. And
Yeah.
Right.
and when I started seeing this one when I was a kid, that's when it kind of said like, this reminds me of something. The way this looks, the way these cameras go, this is hitting something. And then you look on the back of the VHS and you know it's directed by the same guy. It's like, oh shit, no wonder.
Hey, Fable, don't you think it kind of had that feel like the same feel Spider-Man had a little bit later on?
Well, that's what I wanted to get into as my adult watch because, like a lot of you guys, maybe I haven't seen this thing in 30 years as well.
I haven't either. Yeah.
Quite a long time, and this time around, I mean, I enjoy it because it has a nostalgia factor for me. I do enjoy Sam Raimi's style of filmmaking. It does have a lot of campiness. It does have a lot of over the top shit in it. It really does. But it's still really fun. And I can tell two things. One, I can tell the Batman influence in this movie, right? The Tim
Big time.
Burton. Yeah, I can see that Universal probably wanted their own something, right? Like Batman is only 2 years earlier than this, and uh I guess Universal wanted to cash in or get in on the trend. So I can see that. And they even got Danny Elfman to do the music,
Yeah, for sure.
which he
Mhm.
sounds very Batman-esque.
Yeah.
And then the second thing I can notice is why they probably picked Raimi to do Spider-Man, right? Like when they were probably thinking of who can we get to make this thing, I don't know if they ever approached Tim Burton, but they wanted that kind of thing, right? And you can see why you would pick a guy like this to make a Spider-Man, right? Like he has this has a very comic book vibe to it. Like Matt said, when he gets angry
Yeah.
and you see the thunder and the lightning going on
Yeah.
behind him, explosions, it's looking like, he's losing his mind and shit. And that's very like comic book esque in my opinion, or at least an interpretation of it in live action. So, but yeah, I enjoy this movie. Some parts are a little cringe, but as an adult, but I still had a good time with it. So yeah, I have a lot of love for this movie.
Awesome. I'm glad we got to revisit this. Great points. You're spot on with the Batman reference, man. Like right from the get go, I was
Yeah.
like, this has got a Batman feel to it.
Yeah, I mean when he gets into the factory or whatever, the abandoned factory, and they do this like pan out shot of the whole thing, and you see birds flying by. It's like it's the Batcave, and those are bats, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's giving you that feeling. So yeah, no,
Yeah. I mean,
definitely influence.
you see him posted on top too, between like the two statues, with his trench coat, just sitting there.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too. Like that's
Also,
the most
Little
Batman
lightning in the
shot.
background, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Dark Knight shit.
also both Batman had came out the year before, and both these movies are scored by Danny Elfman.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's big.
I can definitely see the shadow
Yeah.
influence now that you say that, big time. Yeah. Jake, what's your thoughts, man?
Yeah, dope movie. I had to break this out.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
So
Just
cool.
Go cover. Just ridiculously cool. But yeah, I mean, we're all gone.
Look at it's a little square on the top right of his.
You
square.
just drag the square over to where you're at, then push. There's like a. Never mind.
That's all right.
We don't have to do that. It's not important.
Okay.
Just
I tried.
Worth a shot.
I'm a big Raimi fan. I think you guys mentioned the comic aspect. Those were I was talking to you guys earlier. Like those are some of my favorite scenes. Just that those comic panel almost transitions that just kind of amplify his mental state throughout the film. I mean, we talked about the fair. That's probably like one of the most like recognizable ones, right? But overall, the film has so much. It has that horror DNA built in there. I was kind of getting a lot of like, I was reading up a little bit, and they had mentioned more like Frankenstein's monster, but like to me, it's almost like Phantom of the Opera, man.
Yeah,
You
that's
know
what
what
I
I
was
mean?
thinking.
Like,
Yeah, that's a good call.
he's got the fucking trench coat. You know what I mean? He's disfigured. The the makeup, man, on his face is just so good.
Oh, yeah.
I love
Yeah.
all the little cameos. You got a lot of you have like 3 other people from Evil Dead that are in the film. 2 that like play henchmen, and then you get a little nice sweet cameo at the end
Yeah.
of my main guy. But the practical effects, you do get a little of that slapstick kind of goofiness. You know, there's a lot going on. There's Liam Neeson does a great job of playing this character, and we talking about I forgot his name. Who's it? Is it Larry? Who plays
Dr. Larry Drake.
Grant?
Yeah, Larry Drake.
Just great a great set of actors that play well to each other. It's probably been maybe like a couple years since I've seen this film. It is something that I typically will watch, when I get a chance. But it's definitely something that I rewatch a lot. For the most part, you know what I mean, when it does come on.
Yeah.
But there's, and then it has that whole pulp aesthetic too with the noir. There's a lot of good things going on, and me, like I don't really care about the B aspects of the movie. I think it makes it better, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I am always here for the B movies. You know what I mean? I got Basket Case rocking tonight.
Hey,
Nice, man.
That's
Hey,
like,
Jake, we're here for it because we
I-
reviewed Thanksgiving last year.
yeah, you know what I mean. Like, and I feel like Darkman is a step above that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's definitely got some killer acting and a lot of it's got good writing and everything like that. So overall, just like really enjoyed watching that again today for sure.
And the 73 Oldsmobile makes an appearance.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It makes an appearance.
I missed it. I wasn't even keeping an eye out for it.
It's briefly in it.
Helicopter chase. Brother.
Yeah, the helicopter chase.
Okay,
scene
all
where
right.
he's shooting
And he
the
almost hits it. There's 2 people driving in the Oldsmobile, and he almost hits it head on.
Oh,
Yeah. Now
I
that
had
you
to
mentioned
double think.
that,
I was like, was that the Oldsmobile?
It was.
Like, yes, it was.
yeah. Great points. It is really a great mix of so many different genres in this one movie. Verno, what's your overall?
like I said, hadn't seen it in forever, and I loved it. You all mentioned Batman already because that was my first thought. I was like, okay, 1990. Clearly, they wanted to do a Batman-esque thing, and evidently, Sam Raimi was in the running for Batman. I don't know if he was in it very strongly because he hadn't. That's the other thing I thought. He hadn't done anything. He had one movie like Crime Wave, maybe it was called, that I haven't seen. But other than Evil Dead 1 and 2, like I feel like this is his first like real movie. Those are their own thing. They're not like normal movies at all. So this is like his proto Spider-Man movie. Also, like you said, Fable. This is his like audition to do Spider-Man later on. But it's awesome. I love how dark it is. Like we're all saying, like the style is crazy. It's all the Raimiism. It's a more like tamed Raimi than before. Like when he gets to Spider-Man, he tones all this shit down and he refines the crazy angles and then just doing everything, which is awesome. It's part of what makes this movie like super cool. But the other thing is, I thought until you guys started talking, I assumed this was based on a comic book. So I didn't look into this at all. I think I always just thought that this was an early comic book that he adapted. But that's interesting to know. It makes it even more original. But the effects, I love the effects. It's Tony Gardner that did it, who worked on Return of the Living Dead. He was the main guy for the Blob. He's taken over the Chucky franchise for the past few years. He's the shit. I think he worked on Michael Jackson's Thriller. So that's what really stands out is, again, rated R movies. I feel like this was aimed at us when we were kids. Like, this was a movie made for kids, even with the campy nature. You've got the gun of the leg of the guy shooting, pulling out the leg gun and shooting it around. Like, this was definitely aimed at kids. And that's what, back in the day, that's what they did in the early 90s. Everything was super dark. Who doesn't? Like, think about it. We've got this, which is super dark. We've got, like, the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie was right around here. Really dark when you go back and look at it. Batman was dark. Beetlejuice. Like, this was the era of rated R-ish dark things aimed at kids.
Yeah.
And it's probably why we're, like, the coolest generation. This and all the other things that I mentioned. But I loved it. I really did. I thought it was, like I said, like, there's a lot of movies like this should be talked about more than I feel like a lot of movies, or at least more than it is, especially it being a Sam Raimi movie. I'm surprised it doesn't get brought up more in conversation. But I loved it, man. It's a good pick for Actionfest, too, because it's, like you said, it's got a lot going on. It's not just an action movie. Yeah. It's got its horror elements. It's got its comic booky feel. It's kind of a comedy, which I will say, even though I laughed at certain things, some of it was because it's so stupid. There's plenty of that. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like when their actual attempt at jokes didn't work that well in the movie. There was a lot of like, okay, buddy. Like, that didn't work. But I did laugh at other things, for sure. Yeah. But it was good.
Yeah. Well, I did like the joke where he stuffed the ticket in the guy's pocket and said, "Bon voyage," he threw it out the window.
No, there was a lot of like the part that had me was when he was on the helicopter and he goes over the truck and his feet go.
Yeah.
Bring that up too.
There's little things. Do you guys remember the scene like when he flies in through the window when the helicopter bit is going on and he lands in that office room?
Yeah.
And he says something and he dips out. I could just see that being, if that had been Spider-Man 10 years later, there would have been a cut scene. There would have been some woman there. He would have said it right to her face. She would have seen his face and like, just like little things like that. He would have refined the humor. And a lot, you could tell it was like as good as it is and as big as it is. It's kind of amateurish feeling at the same time. Like he's still getting his footings as a real filmmaker.
And you notice they kind of had his Asian lab assistants try to do a couple of martial arts moves before he got took out.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
We kind of went like that. I don't know.
Before they put the bag over the head and Ted Raimi ventilated him.
Oh
Yeah, there was so much great stuff. For me, I think I might have seen this directly after Army of Darkness. I think I saw Army of Darkness probably when I was about 14.
This is before Army of Darkness, right? This is a year or two before? Okay.
Yeah.
2 years.
Yeah. But whereas that one, my parents weren't too concerned at all because there was only like one little scene with a tit shot. Darkman was rated R and was darker. So I think I had peeped some of this as my parents were watching it when it came out. And then later on, I watched it after I'd watched Army of Darkness. And I was like, I'm in the same boat. I was like, this looks kind of familiar, right? Just the shots and the way, the characters kind of acted. And I was telling Matt, I think you guys backstage, like there's a lot of shots in Army of Darkness that are shot for shot if you just change the character.
Yeah.
Like when the two, what's the bad guy there? Rupert, Dr. Diggles there. When they meet, right? And they're doing this like head shake thing. It was like Ash meets Evil Ash, right?
Yeah.
Like almost scene for scene kind of thing.
That's cool. It ends the way that I think it's Spider-Man 1. Doesn't Spider-Man 1 is the one where like, I'm Spider-Man now, Mary Jane, I can't be with you. I'm going to go and do this. And that's what Darkman does at the end of this. I'm now a supervillain hero.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've changed. I'm the hero now. I got to take this on myself, kind of thing.
Right. And he's not. That's what another thing I was thinking about. He's not even. I think of him as a hero, but he doesn't do anything heroic the entire movie.
Right.
Unless I'm wrong, unless I
very
forget,
face.
he never helps anybody else. Right.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like,
No,
listen,
this is a
Yeah.
revenge tale for sure.
Right.
This is a
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he
revenge tale,
saves Francis
Yeah.
McDormand at the end of. That's about it.
Yeah, he's not a superhero. He's
No.
he's trying to get back at the
Vigilante,
people that took his life, away from him.
kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Crow almost in a way, except
Right.
he's not dead. Yeah.
Yeah. I think when I reached out to Jake to give him the list, I was like, this might have been Sam Raimi's first superhero movie.
Yeah.
If you don't count Ash.
Is
But
it
neither of those guys are heroes.
Is it his
really.
first studio film too? Like this is his first studio film, I think. I'm almost sure. Not 100% on that.
probably.
I think Crime
Yeah.
Wave was before this,
Crime Wave.
and that was critically panned.
Yeah.
Crime
that
Wave
didn't
was
do too good.
1985. So between Evil Dead movies, he did that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was co-wrote with the Coen brothers. That's insane. I've never seen that.
I've not either. But yeah, I'm really grateful to revisit this. It's been decades for me. I forgot how much I loved it, but I figured, for Action Fest, this would be a great one. I did remember it was a mishmash of many different things.
Oh yeah.
So I thought that would be a good one. Let's move on to the cast. Want to highlight a favorite character or performance? Let's go backwards this time. Start with
Oh,
you,
boy.
Bruno.
Oh boy. I mean, we all said it. I wondered how much everybody else would remember Dr. Giggles. I don't know even how popular that was. But Larry
Yeah.
Drake, man, for me, he kind of steals the show.
Oh,
I had
absolutely.
forgotten the entire element about him like stealing people's faces and identities and going and like what the movie
Mhm.
basically is. I forgot about all that. So it's funny how much I remember when I saw it. I'm like, oh yeah, no, he becomes this guy. So he's great. I almost wish they would have gotten, not that he's terrible or anything, but Larry Drake is the villain that stands out, and he's just the secondary villain in the movie, really. The other
Yeah.
guy is like whatever. I almost wish he was cut out of the movie and that Dr. Giggles was the main villain in the movie, because he's just got, I don't know him outside of this. You guys might know him more, but outside of this and Dr. Giggles, but he's got such a crazy face. Like
Yeah.
such a
Yeah.
good villain face. He doesn't even have to say shit. He
He
just
was on
Yeah.
LA Law. Yeah, he was on LA Law, but I don't remember.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was.
it's hard for me to picture him being in like a normal role. You know what I mean? He's such a weird guy. But I would have to go with him. He stands out. He's like the key dude that I remember. But a lot of people are really good.
Oh yeah, great pick. The other guy was what? Stark or Strack, the rich guy who's
Lewis Strict or Strack. That's a Strack.
Yeah,
Strack,
Strack.
yeah.
Strack. Yeah.
Right, like it was almost like he, and that's kind of how I felt too, Verno, is that like I felt like Durant was like the main villain versus like Lewis Strack was just, was like the top tier guy, but like it totally didn't come off that way. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
Which
Durant
can
was, like,
be
the badass
cool.
villain, he's collecting fucking fingers.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah,
He's the one that we open the movie with. That's
Yeah,
why
absolutely.
which is part of the thing when you look at the like who wrote the movie. It's a story by Sam Raimi, written by Sam Raimi and this person and these people and these people and these people. There's like 6 different writers on
Yeah.
this, and they all wrote it separately from the way that it's labeled there, and that's why the story feels like it's like, what the fuck is it? Is it a revenge? You think it's going to be, oh, I'm going to kill all my enemies one by one, and then they stop that bit after a bit. And there's just a lot going on story wise.
Well, I love that part, the first one, when he's like, I got some points to make too. And he cuts 3 fingers off. He goes, now I got 7 more points to make.
Yeah. After the 3. Great pick, Bruno. Jake, what's yours?
It's tough, man. I may have to steal my main guy, Liam Neeson. I feel just kind of, just overall, just like crush the character. I've seen him in so many different films. It's very, I feel like Liam Neeson kind of plays Liam Neeson a lot of the time. Like even when I saw the new Naked Gun, like, which I enjoyed, like those are some of my favorite movies. But like, Liam Neeson playing like the goofy cop, you know what I mean? But like still like he's almost like taken, you know what I mean? But I think in this film he did a really good job at kind of like there's parts where he's still kind of like that bumbling scientist guy, who's just in love with his woman. And then when all this shit happens, it really, he does play into the tragedy and, the whole like aspect of that, but also he does a really good job of portraying, that just the vulnerability he has that rage down. We've seen a lot of those, especially with like the comic paneling kind of stuff that's going on. Really plays well into that, like I was talking about earlier. And then he just seems like he has that genuine kind of feeling of where he's like broken. He's still trying to figure out what he wants. Which really is, that just kind of happens until the end where he makes his decision, you know what I mean? And then kind of like goes off to be Darkman, self-proclaimed Darkman. Overall, just like for me, a really good performance. There's obviously like there's those slapstick kind of stuff, but again, I feel like that's kind of like a little bit of like Raimi style,
Yeah.
There's there a little bit of that Three Stooges aspect and some of it, but I like that stuff. I love that stuff. But yeah, Liam Neeson killed it for me.
Yeah, great pick. He did such, like you're saying, this is not a typical Liam Neeson performance whatsoever.
No, like sometimes I had like when I was first like watching it, like you forget that like, oh shit, like Liam Neeson is Darkman.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, like don't forget, let's put that on his like list of accomplishments.
Also, don't forget that the year previous to this, he was in the Patrick Swayze film Next of Kin.
Oh, yeah.
But like when Star Wars came out and Taken, all of us saw that. I don't think any of us were like, "Oh, it's the Darkman." Darkman's
right.
Like right. It was like it was vice versa. We're like,
my guy, that's Darkman. That's Peyton.
I wonder how he feels about his role in this movie.
Right, I do too. That's a good
point. One thing
about Liam Neeson. One thing about Liam Neeson, I've always noticed he's a very versatile actor.
Yeah,
he can be funny. He was in Million Ways to Die in the West. That little cameo he has in Ted, where he's like, "I heard these tricks are for kids." He's a great actor.
I've seen him do some stuff with like Stephen Merchant and Ricky Gervais too.
Yeah,
and like it's just like deadpan deliveries, but they're still fucking funny.
That's why he was so good in that Naked Gun. He's perfect for that.
Yeah, exactly.
He was, man.
That's the same. He's definitely like a guy that fit that mold, like a Leslie Nielsen. Be totally serious, but he's a goofball. Yeah, it's totally goofy scenario, but he can be totally serious. Play it straight.
For sure.
I mean, even within this, we got every kind of performance you could get. Like you've got grief, you've got happiness, you've got slapstick, you like everything, man.
He's real good at looking like having all that anxiety and worry on his face. Like
in his eyes too, right? I mean, and that's kind of all you could see with the prosthetics and stuff. So I mean, just did crazy good.
Yeah, he burns his hand on the Bunsen burner. He's like, they took my hand.
Yeah. Damn, you're just now realizing this.
My favorite was the what am I? what am I? What the fuck
Yeah.
am I? And then he put like a cone on his head and did
Right.
Oh, yeah.
kind of like this little
Oh yeah.
goofy ass
Like-
monologue, like the
a little
little
bit of,
goody
like,
two
Oh,
shoes
that was
thing.
great.
Like Tin Man kind of shit.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, that was. Fable, how about you? Is there a performance you'd like to highlight?
I mean, I think those are just like the two best performances in this
Right.
movie, to be honest.
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
Larry Drake and Neeson. I'll highlight some background characters, man. I want to highlight Ted Raimi, man.
Yeah,
Ted Raimi,
Nice.
goofy ass. You know what I'm saying? He just,
for sure.
I don't know why he's a part of this gang. He doesn't look like anybody else should be a part of this gang, but I love when Darkman put him through the sewer cap and shit, and he was like, "Oh."
That's one of the
Yeah,
best
that was
parts, dude.
great.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
great.
He looked like a Pez dispenser, like up and down.
He looked like a dummy. Like it was
Yeah,
so weird. Like
yes.
he didn't look real. It was like
He's like, he
I
looked
don't
like
think it was
if-
at first.
Yeah.
I think the first few seconds was actually like
dummy?
Yeah.
prosthetic.
Oh.
Yeah.
that's cool.
It kind of reminded me of a prosthetic like in the Raiders of the Lost Ark when their faces are melting there for a minute. Like when
Right.
Yeah.
And that's definitely the thing with Sam Raimi to me, and Vernal touched on this a little bit, is I think he's cracking himself up first. Like I think he's he's doing what he would laugh at, right? Like I think that's just his sense of humor. And then he realized maybe this ain't for everybody. You know what I mean? So he had to like refine it, and he does eventually. He does master it, but you could tell with a scene like that, with the way Ted Raimi's fucking floating out of that sewer cap and shit is, and the cars are going like they fast forwarded the video.
Yeah, they
The
set
cars
it
are
up.
going much faster than they should be. Yeah, I'll highlight Ted Raimi. I thought that was hilarious. That shit made
That's
me
good.
laugh.
That's a good choice, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Good pick. Like his goofy ass, like curly hair. He looks no part of a badass.
He does
All
the
right.
fucking face too, just like
Yeah.
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 When he
It's
shoots
like he's
the,
getting it's like getting his mobster wings, bro. Like
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
trying to like make an impression for Durant, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
he shoots
even
the
when
guy
he's
in the
like
head.
killing people, he's like a little bit hesitant. Like when he first like kills the one guy, he's like, oh my, like it was like his first time doing it, you know?
And then Drake had a great line. It was like, right through the brain. That's how I like it.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. He had the best lines in the movie.
Definitely. Good pick, Fable. Matt, what would you like to highlight?
First of all, I'd like to mention that his other brother Ivan and director John Landis were two of the doctors in the burn unit,
Right.
but you couldn't see their face because they got masks on. And the beautiful Jenny Agutter, who you may remember as the beautiful nurse from American Werewolf in London,
Yeah.
is the
I
other
noticed
doctor.
that.
She makes this like crappy joke about like, well, there's 90% chance he's going to die.
Yeah, well, she
but-
had one of the jokes that really fell flat. She said
Yeah.
something. I can't remember.
Well,
But
it was something
terrible.
about that him die. It was a terrible joke. She was making these
Yeah.
terrible quips, but
And
I always
everybody in
thought
the
she
room laughed, but nobody watching it did.
I always thought she was beautiful though. But then I guess I'm going to have to go with Frances McDormand, Julie Hastings. She's an attorney and Westlake's love interest, of course. And it's kind of her fault he's dead. She hides the document there. Okay, let's be honest about it. Or he's not dead, that he got disfigured, but because they were looking for that document. But anyway, one thing, she's a solid actress. She's always been a solid actress. Earlier movies she did before this would be like Blood Simple, which is one of the Coen brothers. Oh yeah, and the Coen brothers are the two people driving the Oldsmobile, by the way.
Oh, really?
Oh,
So
really?
anyway, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I really like. I mean, she's one of these actresses or actors. It's just like, if she's in a movie, it's going to be a solid performance, kind of like William H. Macy. He may not be the star all the time, but if I see William H. Macy in a movie, you know he's going to do his job, right? So
yeah.
And like she did a good job of being like the grieving. Although she's over the top too. I think he was encouraging over the top acting performances in this movie because he wanted it to be like a comic book.
Yeah.
And so I just thought she did great. But she's always, like I said, she's always great. You know,
She's the She's the mom in Almost Famous. Because she was one I had to look her up while watching the movie. I'm like, who is this?
Yeah.
How do I know her?
And of course, she was also one of my favorite movies of all time by the Coen brothers, Fargo.
Yeah.
She plays the sheriff.
Fargo,
I love
sure.
Fargo. Yeah.
And I
yeah.
think she's unconventionally beautiful. If that
Yeah.
makes sense. Like she's
she's
not a
pretty.
conventional beauty, but she's pretty. You know what I mean?
You say
I
the
don't
same
know.
thing about Liam Neeson. I was thinking that the two of them
Yeah.
together are not your like what
Right.
you think
Leading
of when you're thinking of a
actors,
leading actor and the
They
love
work
interest and
well.
Yeah. And
I think with her, it's like it's effortless, right? Like she's just an authentic person. Like I can imagine her like that's how she is, and you would just want to be around her.
and she's
Probably
got
the
kind
coolest
of
chick in the room. Yeah.
she's got a bubbly personality too. Like she tries to be like, I don't know. I just like her a lot, and so yeah, that's who I picked. And I just thought it was odd that Ivan Reitman was in it. But anyway, but like, yeah, I'm sorry I took all the other ones. I just had to highlight the girl that was the nurse in American Werewolf in London because I've always thought she had these eyes. You're like, oh, she's got amazing eyes. But all right, that's all I got.
Oh yeah, yeah, good pick, Matt. I think I'm gonna go with let's see here, Colin Friels, the Louis Strack, the rich baddie boss guy.
Yeah, the main.
I thought he did a pretty good job just because I despised him. So if anybody can play like a sleazeball and then you watch it and you actually hate that person, like they did a good job.
Yeah.
Right. Because especially when he's like telling Peyton Darkman that hey, I've gotten real intimate with Julie lately.
Yeah.
She likes a variety of different things.
Yeah, like
yeah, that was pretty sleazy. I will say the ending where he's grabbing like the big ass nail gun, like
the fuck
that
is
was
that?
the bolt machine.
Yeah.
The whole bit where they're walking up on the high beams is like it's so.
He said,
stupid,
"Yeah, I used to work up here.
It's great, but it's so stupid.
My dad made me work up here with the Indians. We're the only ones that would walk. You know, it's like okay,
yeah,
for $4.50 an hour to show me the virtue of hard work." Yeah. He's got a gun, and they're like playing and jumping from beam to beam.
Yeah, he's monologuing.
Yeah,
like 20 different times.
Besides that nail gun probably weighs about 300 pounds. That dude ain't picking that shit up, let alone firing it.
Guy's too tiny to hold that bolt gun. But,
exactly. Now that we're done with the cast highlighting,
one last guy. You got. I wanted Matt was mentioning some of the other actors. You got Ted Raimi, and then you got Dan Hicks, who is also in Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
As Jake.
I didn't realize who that was.
He was the guy with the prosthetic leg. It was a machine gun. That was like the coolest thing in the beginning. Ted Raimi his peg leg and just starts shooting up everybody. He just sits there and he skips on one leg.
Yeah,
that's my favorite part of the whole movie, bro. Yeah, because they show up and they're introduced to like this camera swinging to all the different bad guys. The one guy's got the gun, and the other guy he just hops. It's like the best part. So funny. Another one to throw is the black dude, Jesse Lawrence Ferguson plays
in
Eddie
the beginning.
Black. He's why they open with that scene, I have no idea. Like, what does that scene have to do with the rest of the movie, other than be like, oh, Dr. Giggles will cut your finger off if you piss him off. But other than that, it makes no sense.
Well, I think he's trying to acquire that property because the guy's trying to build that city.
Right. No, fair enough. I guess it does, but it's just weird. It's just for me, it's
it is.
Yeah. I think it sets it up as
sets up how badass
the big bads. This guy's a bad guy, right? And we really don't get the feeling that the other guy is really the one pulling the strings till later.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it also, I don't know. I thought it was pretty silly. It shows you how over the top it is, right? Like he pulls the machine gun leg off, and then basically, and the guy's screaming. He's like, it's one gun. Like,
What
let's
the
take
hell?
them out. They got a
Right.
whole freaking
They got an
army.
army of
and-
guys.
A whole army.
My wife
Well,
was sitting there saying he's really underreacting to getting his fingers cut off.
So I
He's like,
thought the other
oh
guy-
no, not
That's true.
another. You should be
the other
freaking out.
guys. The other guys have like he's got 2 cars sitting in like crates ready to roll out.
I know.
Attack him. I'm like,
Yeah.
There's a couple of listen. There's a couple things in this movie like that. You guys mentioned the rail gun already. The nail gun. That's not even a gun. That's not. They don't make that. I don't know what the fuck that is.
No, they take hot. They take hot, like they make them hot, right?
Yeah.
And then they toss them over to him. And they hammer
Yeah.
them in.
But like
The rivets.
also like he has this intricate process of making masks, right? Like you got to scan these pictures in. You gotta wait till it comes out of the machine or whatever. Not to mention that he didn't buy new equipment. This is salvage from the explosion. I don't know how any of this shit survived.
The computer monitor's got a bullet hole in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like when he and it's a cool bit. I do like the bit. I'm not like knocking it because I like when he's appearing like putting masks on the bad guys and making them kill each other.
Yeah, I
kind
love
of thing.
that too.
That's
So-
a cool bit. But at the same time, it's like he's got so many hanging around. It's like, don't these shits melt after like a couple minutes or something? And he's just got a bunch of spare ones everywhere.
Not in the dark.
Not in the
Yeah.
dark.
Not in the
Also,
dark, but as soon as it would go in the light, it would.
Right.
Because it had been 99 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
I
yeah,
can
you're
imagine.
right.
I forgot to mention I'm keeping the body count tally
Oh, yeah.
for Actionfest 2026.
What is the body count?
So
Yeah, what do we have?
I'm going to go over the ones we've done so far. Hard boiled, there was 377 on-screen deaths. Desperado had 49 on-screen deaths.
Damn.
Speed, there were 13. Mainly the SWAT team was half of them that got killed
Right.
in the bomb
Yeah.
blast. Lionheart is 1, but it's questionable because it's off camera. He's not dead on camera. His
Right.
brother. Darkman, and this is mainly probably because of the first scene in the helicopter chase. There are 63 deaths in this movie.
Okay.
Wow.
So that's where we're up to now. And I'll reveal Commando on 300 later, but hint, spoiler alert, 300 is probably going to win.
What?
All right.
I
No
feel
way.
like, and you're saying all these people died, but don't you guys feel like this could have easily been PG-13?
Yes.
Yeah. I think maybe.
100%.
I
They
think maybe.
wanted R at this time. At this time, studios would be like, throw in a couple swear words. Let's get us up
Yeah.
to it.
Well,
that's
it's kinda
that's
like,
exactly what did it. Yeah.
Because the kids will want to see it. The same thing when I saw an interview of Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue when they told him the PMRC was going to start putting labels on records. He goes, "Great, that'll
Right,
make the
yeah,
kids
exactly.
want to buy it more."
Yeah.
So it's the same, same mentality. Yeah,
It doesn't feel like an R-rated movie to me. Like not in
No.
my. It
I
feels
wish-
like
Nah,
a PG-13.
I don't think it would get an R rating nowadays if
No,
it came out
for
today.
sure.
No, probably not. All right, let's move into the style and structure. We can talk about the writing, the story, the cinematography, and the music. This time we'll go opposite. Matt, what do you think about style and structure?
Well, first off, I want to highlight the music. Danny Elfman, who was early on in his, doing soundtrack scores at this point, is a genius at doing these kind of things. I think the score is one of the best parts of the movie. It really kind of just sets the tone. And of course, if anybody remembers, he was in a pretty popular 80s band,
Boingo, boingo.
Oingo Boingo, Dead Man's Party, Weird Science, just to name a few. And actually, he's on a 10-city tour right now. Married to Bridget Fonda, by the way, lucky bastard. But anyway, of course, I think she's kind of injured now. But anyway, that got nothing to do with what we're talking about. The score is phenomenal, I think. Also, I think if you're going to talk style and structure, I think we just talked about the casting, but this is a perfect mix of like eclectic characters in this movie. I don't really think there's much wrong with the pacing. We get to open up with like we're talking about an over the top action scene with cars jumping out of boxes and chopping fingers off and machine gun legs and that guy. What's funnier is that guy's hopping on his leg after guy's shooting, and I don't know. It's got this noir feel to it, which is on purpose, definitely on purpose. And I don't really know. I mean, also, it's kind of wild. This movie has you feel all kinds of emotions. You feel sad for him.
You get excited for what they're all. He's going to get some payback. You laugh your ass off in some scenes, like when he's sticking the guy's Raimi's head through the Ted Raimi's head up through the manhole cover.
Yep.
And like that's one of the craziest helicopter sequences I think I've ever seen in a movie. Like I was trying to like discern, like so when they cut close to Neeson, it's obvious that they got like a screen behind him or whatever, or a matte painting, or they put him in there somehow. But when you look at the further shot, were they really hanging somebody from that helicopter?
Yeah, I was wondering.
Because it looks like
too.
there's a guy actually hanging from that helicopter. in certain
Totally
I
parts.
good.
believe so.
So
Yeah.
I'd like to see like straps on the guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Almost.
Yeah, and there's like I don't know. There's something else about it. Like there's some great explosions in it too. Like there's some crazy stunts in this film. I don't know, like how they pull some of that stuff off, but like it's got some great sequences in it. The special effects in some parts. I mean, it is 1990, so you got to kind of grade on a curve a little bit. But I think for 1990, they did pretty good, and I totally get this like Spider-Man vibe, like 2000 Spider-Man, because it's cut like that. It's the same editing, like the way he does it, because he does like I think Jake was talking about earlier, like the comic panels. There's kind of like a comic. It feels like comic panels the way they're doing it.
Yeah.
And then like when you do that thing, I think I've seen it in recently in a Wolverine comic where he's like having this flashback. You see all this stuff from his past behind him happening, like it's happening in his head, but it's behind him. And they do that in
like
that
a
carnival
splash
sequence
page.
where they're at the fair or whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I don't know. I just like the way it was shot. Like, obviously it's called Darkman, but it's got a lot of dark undertones to it. And I don't think there's many holes in the plot, really. I mean, I know we talked about like it was a crazy way to open the movie with that, but I think they were just trying to open up the fact that who were the bad guys. These guys are really bad dudes. It's kind of like in I think The Crow. Don't they open up like that too? Where it's got like a T-Bird and them guys doing something. I can't remember. I haven't seen The Crow in so long. I'm probably talking out my ass. But
yeah, doesn't it open with like the gang around the long table and they're messing with each other?
or he says something like, Lake Erie once caught on fire from all the shit floating around in it. blow up that building or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was I didn't really see nothing wrong. Like the one thing I look for is the pacing in a movie. Yeah. Are we getting where we need to go on time, or is it like, and I felt like we had like there were some lulls in it, but they were on purpose, like when he sees her again and he puts the mask on, and we get established, and like we get the establishing shots. We get the establishing shots. These are the bad guys, and we get the shot of where we go to his lab. We know what he's working on. We have to set that up. You have to set that up so he's working on this 3D printer type thing where they're going to make like flesh for people who've been burn victims or something. And he can't get it quite to work in the light for more than 99 minutes. And also, they use that plot point really well. When he's got like the mask, he's only got a certain amount of time that he can be out in the light wearing these disguises. So it's really cool too, because he goes out there and he's trying to ruin these people's reputation and get them to fight each other. Although, like was said earlier, they kind of abandoned that kind of early on, though. Like after he meets he meets his doppelganger, so to speak, when Drake sees Larry Drake meets him with the disguise on. They all look the same. But that was a great scene too, with some slapstick. What are you waiting on? Shoot him! No, don't shoot me. Shoot him. It did remind me of that, like, I'm good Ash and I'm bad Ash.
Yep, exactly.
And I could almost see a little bit of Marx Brothers and like Laurel and Hardy in it too. With a slapstick, or like Buster Keaton. And but I really enjoy it, and I enjoy the end of it. We get to see a young Bruce Campbell for just a split second.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's all I got on it. I think I diarrheaed at the mouth for long enough. So go ahead.
Oh no, thank you, Matt. Great points. I just add Danny Elfman has done as recently as I think it was the quarantine. He put out a solo project album of like industrial metal kind of like 9 Inch Nails type stuff, watch the music videos. I implore, even if you don't like the music, watch the music videos. They are
Also,
fucking off the rails.
watch
Like
his TikTok
off
and
the rails.
his Instagram. He makes some of the most off the wall like TikTok reels or like Facebook reels I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And like he used to do stuff like, well, the day I'm looking after my chickens, he's got a farm, you know. So like him and Bridget Fonda have a farm, and he was like talk about feed the chickens one day, or he'll show you some weird oddity. Yeah,
Yeah, he's definitely a character to say the least. All right, on to Fable. What do you think of the story style structure?
Well, I mean, you talked about Danny Elfman, and when I was watching this, I was getting Batman vibes immediately, right? Like I was just, it just hit me because Danny Elfman has this like Christmas, dark Christmas music shit going on, especially at that time. That da 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 da, you know what I mean? Like some dark Christmas shit. I mean, didn't he do Scrooge too? Scrooge has the same kind of shit going on.
Love that movie.
But now that I think about it, in the years that these things came out, this is probably his lead up to Batman Returns, where he like turns it up a notch. Batman is a little more subdued. I think this is like he's ramping up to that signature, right? That signature sound with this one. And of course, you know, I always like to highlight Raimi's style. Raimi's style is so unique. It's so Raimi, right? Like he does all those camera shakes, you know, like when Liam Neeson grabs the two rods next to the purple goo, and it's like he does that in everything he makes. His camera angles are always like a psychotic camera angle, right? Like makes you feel like you're in a fucking loony bin or something like that. And I love that about his style. And I think here he's turning it up. He's working with certain things, you know, like you guys mentioned the mental state stuff in the background, explosions, like when he wins the fucking teddy bear, right? Or the elephant or whatever it was he won for the girl.
Take the fucking elephant.
Take the fucking elephant. And you know what, Verno? I think you said this, but now that I think about it, and then thinking about Sam Raimi, how old he is, how old he would have been, you're right, man. There is a lot of '66 Batman in this shit. It absolutely. Oh, it was Matt. It definitely has that. It definitely has that. Like, because if you watch that show, there's a lot of loony bins angles and things like that, and I do see the influence of that era.
There's a lot where like the camera shakes. The camera shakes a lot.
Yeah, that quick panning like they would do from henchman to henchman while giving you the narration. They did that in this movie. Yeah.
And I never really connected it because of the genre he's playing with, right? The horror, the darkness, right? And that's so campy and lighthearted. But yeah, man, I could totally see the '60s influence of that kooky, weird shit going on. So yeah, no, I love his style. And yeah, I mean the story's good. It's okay, and the structure is pretty good too. It's an hour and a half, man. You know me already. Hour and a half, and then now let's go. I'm always.
It's easy to watch. It's easy to watch.
Yeah,
it's easy to know what's going on. I've seen movies, and we reviewed a lot of movies. We'll get together, me, you, and Chad, and Jake, and Fable, and everybody. And like some movies, you have to be on it. You have to be paying attention the whole. Like I was paying attention, but I mean, like you can't turn away for a second of some movies. We reviewed Le Circle Rouge a couple weeks ago, and like you have to be on top of that shit because there's so much going on. But like this one,
and you got to read it for that one.
Well, yeah, you got to read that too. But you know,
right.
And if you turn, you're going to be like, I had to rewind it like 10 times. I'm like, wait a minute, what did he say?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, that's really my thoughts on it.
Well, yeah, it was like that with that. What was it, 8.5? That Fellini movie,
Jesus
was it?
Christ, yeah.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was a tricky
you got to be locked in on a Fellini movie. It's like also a Kurosawa movie. You have to be locked in.
True. Very, very true. I forget who Fable was that
Jake's
it?
up.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, that's really it. The music and the style are what really stands out for me, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great points. On to you, Jake.
Awesome. Yeah. I totally forgot Danny Elfman did the score for this. Just the beginnings of just a master craftsman. Kind of like everybody says, kind of like the the beginnings of what he irons out in Batman and Spider Man. Um, you know, I definitely love the soundtrack. Again, it really does what it needs to do, and it really adds to a lot of the film. Style is, I will say, it is a little bit over the like different places, but you know, I think like the cinematography is great. I know, like, I think those like crazy camera angles and like the kinetic set pieces and just how everything, even like, well, I'll call them, kind of like a kinetic splash page, right? To where like, for example, just um the carnival, right? Like those things play into his rage. Those things play into his mental state. I think like the crazy angles, that kind of stuff really like play into like his acting and just the character that Darkman is. um I love the noir feel to it. Like I said earlier, like they kind of like reference Frankenstein, but for me, it really felt like Phantom of the Opera almost. A lot of the just
Yeah.
he's like in this abandoned warehouse.
Right.
His
Yeah.
love for Francis McDermott. The fact that he wears a mask to protect his scarred face. But those are some really great points. The structure is good, man. Like Fable said, hour and a half. It is something that it's easily digestible. You know what I mean? Um, it's hard it's very hard when I'm like, it's nice to have a movie where I don't have to give my 100% attention to, albeit I've seen it numerous times. But it is nice because I do have a lot of like, other stuff going on around me that it's like, if I got to pause the movie like 15, 30, 40 times because I got to deal with other things that are going on, I don't miss anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I will say, there are like a couple lulls, but like that just plays into the plot of what he's doing, how he's trying to track down these people, how he's trying to get his end to, get his revenge. Um, but overall, I like the pace of the movie. The structure's good. I like the style, and the music's, great. So there's a lot going on for it for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Great points, Jake. That the parallel you brought up with Phantom of the Opera, man, that gave me goosebumps. Like for real. Like it, instead of playing the organ or being a musician, he's a scientist
Yeah, which is
hiding
funny,
out in a building.
which is like, I think I probably bring that parallel up a little bit because I recently read the Universal Monsters Fan of the Opera, like maybe like like a week ago or so. But it's
The
just
Skybound
there's a
stuff.
lot of similarities, man.
Also, maybe Beauty and the Beast a little bit too.
Yeah.
He's like
Yeah.
hiding for the woman he loves, like the Phantom of the Opera. He don't want her to see his
For
face.
sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Phantom of
'cause
the
that's-
Opera
that's
is
somebody like that, right?
we were just talking about like what is Robert Eggers like, what do we want to see him do next if he's going to do another Universal monster? He's done a bunch of them. That would be cool. I could see, because I can't even tell you like any Phantom of the Opera movies that I've seen other than the old Universal one. I'm sure they exist, but there's not one that stands out as like, oh, that's a must see. The one from the 90s, Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of Phantom of the Opera like stories that have taken place.
And I've really never seen it as a horror until like now, where it's like I've gone to a Phantom of the Opera play, like a pretty well renowned like play, and it was just like as a kid, just something that I didn't want to fucking see. I didn't want to be a part of, you know what I mean? To where like now I probably appreciate it a little bit more, at least like on that
for sure.
aspect of it. You know,
Story. My mom took me to Lexington, Kentucky to see the Phantom of the Opera musical when I was like 10 years old. It was wild. It's very cool.
Yeah,
awesome.
I was probably
Andrew-
somewhere around
Andrew
that,
Lloyd
like
Webber.
10, 11, 12, somewhere around there.
Yeah, Andrew Lloyd Webber. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's really cool. Bruno, what do you think of the style and structure, bud?
I think it's fire, my brother. First, I'm just looking back at Danny Elfman. I'm trying to figure out what his first one was, because there's Pee-wee's Big Adventure. That's 1985.
Yep.
He has, I'm looking at it's all out of order here, but Beetlejuice in 88, Batman in 89, Edward Scissorhands in 1990. And it's just such hot fire. Like,
banger after
early
banger,
on.
dude.
Yeah,
he is so like over the top. Like there's sometimes it's like maybe you could fucking take a breather a little bit, Danny Elfman. At times it's a little like he can dominate the scenes a little bit, but it's so cool and it's so like his sound stands out. 34 Easy said like he's the new John Williams. I say John Williams is so varied. I think done it to the Star Wars, to Indiana Jones, like they kind of have that feel, but they're Danny Elfman, you can tell, like you could almost swap out the Batman score for this one,
100%,
and you'd be fine with most of his scores. But it's also it's still really unique, and he just did he did Sam Raimi's newest one, Send Help, which was cool.
I want to see that. I haven't seen that yet.
I'm pretty sure he's doing the Wednesday show where it really sounds like this. It's like his classic.
He did Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
Hey, totally off subject, but he's 73 and he's ripped, by the way. Have you seen the way he looks? This dude is ripped.
Yeah, and as far as the style, I would be super curious. Like, if I just threw this on now, not knowing that Sam Raimi did it. And like I said, I didn't know Evil Dead back in the day. Now I love Evil Dead, and I'm like really familiar with the rest of his work. Like, how long would it take me if you just threw this on before? I'd be like, Sam Raimi. You know what I mean? It's so it stands out. The Dutch angles, the zooming, the crazy zooming constantly. Like it's just so over the top. I always think about I saw like in a special features, Sam Raimi showed his film teacher Evil Dead. And he was like, Sam, you can't just do crazy shot after crazy shot. That's not how you make a movie. He's like, hold my beer and watch this. Watch this, because that's what it is. It's just like what there's so many that stand out. Like there's one like where Darkman's on the ground, the camera's all crawling, and he's like crawling at the screen. That again, it's just like you could take Ash out and put Ash in that shot. It's like right out of Evil Dead. Anytime that they do a close zoom on his bandages, looks sick. Like there's something really cool about how all the close-ups of his eyes, of the bandages, when they come in and they bust Liam Neeson's head into his glass medicine cabinet or whatever it is, and the camera's in the cabinet following along as he's smashing them from one to one.
So
when the building explodes and his old lady is sitting outside. And like she stands still, and it changes the background from there to her funeral. Very, very cool shot.
Such a great shot.
When he's typing, and he's got the one hand and the one fake hand, that looks fucking sick. And then you mentioned it earlier, man, or one of you guys did. That's the Batman shot to me. Is when he's on top of the building, the camera goes over his head, and he's like, "What have I done, or what have I become?" That's so fucking cool. One of the stupidest ones, which I still love, at the end of the movie, like the peak of the movie, they're up on top of that building, and like right before like Darkman freaks out and then fights the final guy and beats him, the camera zooms into his mouth and then out of his eye, and he just attacks. It's like it's so silly and so over the top, but it works. It works really well.
And Pee-wee's Big Adventure was his first score.
Okay, that's what I could.
But what about when the guy falls and the camera looks like it falls too?
Yeah. No, there's so many
Oh,
unique
yeah.
things that they do that probably like it lasts a second on screen, but it was probably a day and a half of shooting to set
Sure.
up certain
I know.
shots like that. As far as the structure, like I said, it's cool. Don't get me wrong. I've never once in this movie been like, oh, the writing is a little bit off. It's like it's not that kind of movie.
Yeah.
Like, who gives a shit? You guys all mentioned the pace flies by. I just feel like they are juggling. They're juggling a bunch of stuff, and I don't know if they nail all of it. They've got the whole thing. First of all, the premise is super fucking weird. He doesn't feel pain, so he dives into his emotions. It's like, okay, I can buy that. And he has super strength. It's like, okay, we're stretching a little bit there, but that's fine. Also, here's the biggest thing: whether it's a plot hole or whether it's me just not like understanding it or something, why can't he just go to the cops? You know what I mean? Like he could just be like, hey, police officers, these men attacked me in my house. Look what they've done to me.
I
I
mean,
like to
I
talk to
feel
my
like-
old lady about it.
I feel like Lewis Strack did mention that to Francis McDormand's character that like you'd be like surprised like how expensive the police are. You know what I mean?
Okay, because he owns the
They are
cops.
Yeah.
Okay,
basically,
fair
like, in
enough.
his pocket,
Fair
you know?
enough. Then that's the cover. Plus, you could just say he is taken over by what's going on with him, with his emotions, and he wants his revenge. I would like to see a version of this movie where they kind of they don't shy away from the revenge aspect of it, and it's really him just going around and murdering the shit out of all the people that wronged him.
Yeah.
And like, don't hold
Yeah.
back if you're gonna make it rated R. Make
Superhero
it even
slasher.
gorier.
Because I feel like he doesn't do that. He has them kill themselves.
Right, which is cool.
Right.
Yeah.
They're trying to do that, the revenge movie, but they also want to do a face swapping movie.
Yeah.
They want to do a love story. They want to
Yes.
do
Yeah, for sure.
like an
There's a bit of
invisible man or a hollow man type of thing, mad scientist gone wrong. There's a lot going on. They do pull it off, but I could see them doing it better, like making some of that land.
Like, why does he end up in that place strapped to like a table that rotates?
Yeah.
Like what place is this? Is this like where they're gonna experiment on people? Is this a
Right.
hospital?
And she just sticks him in. He can't feel anything, so I'll just stick him in the leg.
Yeah.
I don't know if you would do that.
Well, she's not a very good doctor. She's not a very good doctor.
But that's my.
Like,
No,
we just found this guy outside, and we're gonna do shit to him. Like, what
We
the
could have just
fuck?
let him die, but we're gonna give him a better life.
One
said
random
something like-
thing.
He's got a 9% chance of death, but we won't tell him that.
Super random thing. Did you guys feel like Liam Nielsen's accent was kind of all over the place? Like at one point,
Early on in his career, yeah. So it's kind of like Mel Gibson's accent, like early on in his career.
When he's talking to his old lady, like when they go out to dinner, he sounds like a pirate for a minute. He's like, "I tell you this." Like, what the fuck are you talking like that? You're not a pirate. You're a scientist.
He's an Irishman. Like, Mel Gibson would do that a little bit, like when he was in Lethal Weapon. That Australian accent come out of it a bit.
Right.
Although he was born in New York, but he was raised in Australia.
Yep. Yeah. Just like Canadians, you'll catch an A or
and
something here and there, and a boot.
The way I love that. You can hear him talk for a half hour, then on a boot slips out. You're like, oh, okay.
Yep. You're from Canada. So for myself, the style and structure, the structure is solid, man. Like everybody said, there's no real dull points. And the stuff that they kind of kept off camera, which they could have made it longer, right? Like him maybe strategizing how he's going to get those guys, plotting.
Yeah.
And then maybe, one of the plot lines was the love story, like you're saying, Bruno. But his thing was he wanted to stay in hiding until he could perfect his new skin.
Right.
Like, I think that's one of the reasons he didn't go to the cop is because he wanted to try and get back to his old life. Yeah. We all know that's impossible, but at one point, it seems like that's what he was trying to do. Till he freaks out at the circus.
Right.
But man, that was, for sure. And the way that they used the time clock, I mean, that was some of the best scenes in the movie was when his face started bubbling up, like that sense of urgency, like, oh shit, he's just about to, get caught or whatever.
How much can he get done within this
Yeah.
99 minutes?
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
You do
they
pretty good.
timed that stuff perfect.
He got to keep a lot of money on that briefcase. So
The second
Oh,
time he
yeah.
burned his hand, but this time it was on purpose.
yeah,
The cuckoo clock.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
cuckoo thing that hits the. What is that
Well,
anyway? Is that
the
a
lighter.
lighter? It's a
Lighter.
lighter.
Yeah, cigar lighter.
he's
really
hitting the
expensive
lighter. It's like a little pendulum thing. It's got liquid in it, and it turns. And he was like giving it to hit the
What are
lighter.
they? It's called like a drinking bird or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Drinking bird or something.
Yeah, it's like one of those little tchotchkes that you put
Yeah.
on your desk people would have, or like the balls that,
Right.
the pendulum balls, like that kind of shit.
I feel like those things used to be much more popular back in this era, right? You used to see
Yeah.
a lot more of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, definitely. The music's on point, like you guys said. Batman vibes, Danny Elfman, great. Sound design, the explosions, everything was discernible. I'll have to say it. Like sometimes like they mix the audio and you can't hear shit. So I think they did a good job with that even back in the 90s. Let's see, the cinematography, it is a big highlight. The crazy Raimi shots. You guys were saying how it felt like a comic book. And after you said that, I started putting it together in my head. I'm like, yeah, even just like that scene with the briefcase. Though, if you think about it in a comic terms, like one panel, he's talking to one person's face. Then the next panel would be the next person, and then the shot of him sliding the briefcase. It's very much like a comic book.
Mhm.
I would like to see the storyboards. I mean,
Mhm.
storyboards pretty much are a comic, right?
Right.
Yeah.
The most
Yeah.
comic booky thing in the movie is the leg gun. That is the thing that's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's what they're going for. This is a comic book thing.
It sets the tone right away. What we're dealing with. Yeah.
The leg.
Which is maybe that's why the opening scene. Maybe I should just take that back. To establish the leg gun early on was maybe the most important thing that they could do.
Ties it all together.
This is
That
kind of
is
movie.
paramount to the theme of this movie. The story was great. That's about all I got on that. Next, we'll talk about the themes. What's this movie saying to you, Matt?
Well, got a lot of themes of loss and regret. I think. Also, I think he's got a lot of fear of people accepting him the way he looks now, especially as the love of his life, and also vengeance. This guy wants. He's also he goes through all the stages of grief. He goes through like I'm angry, sad, then he's angry, and then he accepts it at the end of it who he is. And like it's really a tragic story. I mean, with all the goofy stuff that happens in it, like he wants to be with this woman, but he can't be because he knows he's just not the same person anymore, and it wouldn't be fair to her. So there's really like with all the campiness and all the goofy stuff that happens, you just kind of feel bad for the guy. He just got caught up in this, and there's nothing he can do about it now. It was kind of thrust upon him. So it's the movie though is kind of like an origin. It's like his origin. I think there was like 2 sequels after this.
One.
Which Dr. Giggles is the main villain in the second one, so they did write that wrong.
Yeah, well, there's a third one. They're called Die, Darkman, Die. I think there's a third one.
I don't think they're
Oh,
both not like a part of the next 2 films of my.
No, well, Raimi's not even in. Yeah,
Mhm.
Raimi's not. He did not direct either of the last other 2 movies. But yeah, you kind of get this like I don't know. It's like I get the feeling it's the theme is of somebody trying to reclaim their life, but they realize they can't reclaim their old life because it's no longer there no more. I think it's kind of the theme is like loss, heartache, and acceptance. That's what I think are the themes. And I'll pass the Fable.
yeah, great point. Fable, what's the movie saying to you?
I mean, I think it has a lot to do with superficiality. right? Like I think Matt touched on it. Like it's his his thoughts of what life should be versus what life is, kind of, right? And when he doesn't have his career, when he doesn't have the the good looks or whatever, it's kind of his driving force
Yeah.
to fucking get everybody. Like he's killing all these people, and he can't bring himself to. And rightfully so. I mean, if a guy looked like that, you fucking run away, right? I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like this is who you are, and people gotta either accept you or not, and you can't worry about those kind of things. And while everybody else is being their true selves in a lot of ways, right? Because all the villains are kind of like swarmy, and they don't give a fuck who they are, right? Like they just doing what they got to do. He kind of comes to that realization at the end, like, yeah, I mean, not everything's pretty, and I kind of like being me for once, right? Like
Yeah.
who I've become. So yeah, I think there's some superficial stuff in there. More than that, yeah, revenge stuff like that. But yeah, I think I think the
Even
yeah,
Strack with the money. I mean, a lot of this is just greed, right? He's got a
yeah,
vision and greed.
Yeah,
yeah,
it kind of reminds me of Peter Thiel or something. Like, how much money does this guy need? And
Yeah.
so, like, I mean, it's kind of, well, you know what? Like, what's going on now? Like, it's what's been always been going on with like people that are billionaires, But like, also, Fable, wouldn't you agree though? Like, he loves her too much to put her through, have to stay with him.
yeah. No, 100%,
Yep.
100%. But I also think, you know, it's something. Phantom of the Opera deals with that same kind of thing too, right? That's a similarity. It's like, don't look at me, don't
Yeah.
look at
Yeah,
me, and it's like your whole personality is based on who you see in the mirror, kind of thing, and that's kind of not realistic in a lot of ways, right? It's like you have this dream. I don't know how to
yeah,
articulate it. You have this who you want to be or who you think you know what I mean, based on
Mm-hmm.
looks and stuff like that. Meanwhile, everybody around him is really like, come on, dude, fucking Drake collects fingers for God's sakes. He's a psychopath. Like it's like I want to
Yeah.
add it to my collection. So yeah, I think the ego, you know, the ego, the it all ties into his rage and
hmm
his whole like my life is over. It's like, no, dude, you're alive. Not only are you alive, but you got superpowers.
Well, he goes through the stages, like we said, he goes through the stages of grief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like,
Dude, that scene where he's like painting varnish on the fingers to like preserve them, I was like, that is sinister as shit, man.
Yeah.
that's out there, dude. And like, well,
Yeah.
I never look at a cigar cutter again the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always think
Great
about
points,
that
Faye.
when I'm smoking a cigar.
I was
What's
meaning
the
over here.
country
Dog.
gonna be?
My
You made
finger
me.
up.
I love when Liam Neeson has the cigar cutter. He's like, "You will go get me the money by the time I finish this cigar," and he cuts it all down to the nub. That's
Yeah.
Well, also, Darkman is kind of like a character actor. He's like a not character
right.
actor. We call it method actor. He gets right into like playing this guy, right? Like, because that's what he would have done. That character would have done something like that. You
Yeah.
got to the end of this cigar, and he'll cut it real short. So,
Right.
but also he's
Yeah.
probably trying to buy time because he was running out of time. He was on the clock.
Yeah, he set him up at that robbery
Yeah.
at the convenience store. I mean, that was part of it.
That was
But
brilliant too. That was I like that
yeah.
kind of like.
Yeah.
But yeah, like also kind of ahead of its time with like talking about 3D printing.
Yeah.
Definitely. It was like a mishmash of a 3D printer and that shit you would get at Spencer's where you like put your hand into
Right.
it
Yeah.
and the pins
Well,
went
they
out.
stole one of them.
I was
They
like,
took one of those
Probably
special
is,
gift things, and that's what they did.
Yeah,
They
that's
probably
one of
set
them.
that up on there. I don't know how they did it, but yeah.
Yeah.
But like the
yeah,
practical effects guys were on point.
for sure. Jake, what's the theme going on for you, man?
I mean, they touched a bit on it. I definitely say like identity and masks are definitely a big part of it. Um, I mean, it plays really well into like Peyton's fractured sense of who he is we see a lot of that throughout the film of like he's not sure who he is or what he is anymore. Um, I feel like the masks do like play a part in like giving him some sort of identity to where like towards the end, I do, like you said, stages of grief, right? Like at the end, there is acceptance of what and who you are, and that's why he goes off on his own, in my opinion, to embrace that character, and maybe be that hero that like, right, this is kind of like dubbed as some sort of vigilante hero, versus just a movie about revenge.
Which it's got to do in the sequels, right? I can't remember them, but I assume
Yeah, I
it
can't
does
remember the
go.
sequels
Yeah.
either.
I bet it
Those are
does.
like one and dones that I've probably watched but haven't
Right.
rewatched. I got the trilogy, so I may watch Darkman 2 and 3 here in the next like week or so. We'll see. But I don't really remember them at all.
Me neither.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like those are some big themes. I feel like it's also somewhat of a monster movie at heart, partially. But tragedy at its core, that's kind of where I stand.
Yeah. Yeah, great points, man.
Mhm.
Add to it. Verno, what's this movie saying to you, man?
I mean, you guys said it all, really, man. And I actually kind of, first of all, I didn't put any thought into it. I kind of forgot about themes until we started rolling a little bit ago. I was like, oh shit. But I honestly, I struggle with this more than I would most movies, and there's a lot going on. But I honestly think it's because there's rewatching Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2. There are no themes. I promise you. Look, it's not fucking there. He doesn't care about it. Sam Raimi is not really that guy. So I don't think it's his strong suit. And although there are bits like I would want to say like you could be watching the movie halfway and be like, I bet the theme of this movie is going to be like what vengeance can do to you and how it's wrong. But it doesn't really go there. That's not where it ends up with. So I will say like what the film is saying at the end, whether it means to or not, is like some trauma there's just no coming back from. You've changed after that. You're not. You might have to get some new friends. You're not the same person.
You're gonna have to accept it. Yeah, accept
So,
what you. Yeah.
Got to accept it and move the fuck on and don't come back for the sequel.
Well, as somebody like me, speaking from
They
experience
made
with
too much
somebody,
money.
speaking of experience with somebody with a disability, there comes like a certain like when I had muscular dystrophy when I got older, I can't get around as good. There's just a certain time period where you have to just accept there's things you can't do anymore.
Sure.
Yep.
For
Man
sure.
has to accept his limitations. It doesn't mean things are necessarily impossible. You just have to be like realistic,
You have to
right?
change the way you do it. You just got to change
Yeah.
your mentality.
Yeah,
You had to change the way I walk.
because he feels like he's dead, but he's not dead, right? Because
No, he's not.
Yeah.
all of his all the way he feels about himself is tied into his fucking looks or his
He's still got his
well,
mind.
yeah,
though.
you know what I mean, like or his. I'm not gonna say he was financially well, but if he's a scientist, he's probably doing pretty good. You know, his wife is a lawyer, probably got a couple bucks. You know what I'm saying? Like he's tied. The way he feels about himself is tied into these.
Well, I think
things.
everybody that got disfigured like that would be. I think initially would be concerned about that because, like,
no, we all have it in
yeah.
us. We all
It's a
have
certain
it in
vanity,
us. Yeah, we all
sure.
have that in us.
I'm sure we've all had girlfriends where
it-
they had that conversation where, would you still love me if I was a vegetable?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if I look like him, oh my God, I'd probably jump off a cliff or something like that.
Right. There's also like you have me thinking, and Jake, you brought up identity, but it's like it is like he is gone at the end. Like his original person, the person that he was at the beginning, is dead.
Well,
like,
he's
like you
dead.
said,
You
Darkman is there at the end, and he is dead. His identity has been taken from him, more or less.
Well, that's kind of like I like superhero movies. Like you could say that Bruce Wayne, the actual Bruce Wayne, is dead. All you have is Batman. Actually, Bruce Wayne is a facade of who he was, that he puts out to the world. So, like, he knows that it's kind of like the whole movie. That is the theme. It's like he has to accept that part of his life's over with. Now he's got to move forward.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep, you guys have pretty much said it. It's like going through the stages of grief, and then the identity of it, right? Whether it's his physical or his mind starts to change, right? He starts getting more angry, and then that one scene where he's losing it, I'm a scientist. I analyze. I'm a scientist.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
this is your ego. Like he's lost his physical identity, and then he's
Right.
starting to lose his mental identity as well. Like that would make you mad. Like who am I? Right? Yeah,
For sure.
the grief that goes into that. Yeah. So see, even with this fun hour and a half movie, we can extrapolate some shit from it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. Always.
Always.
I can
Yeah.
always find something to talk about in any movie, even if it's terrible.
Yeah, yeah.
Even
As long as
Blood
it's
fucking
entertaining.
freaks.
Oh, God.
Yeah, what? Yeah. Well, like, look, I made an hour and a half show talking about Samurai Cop, so I could do anything.
Very true.
Samurai Cop is way better than Blood fucking freaks. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I haven't seen it, but I believe it. I believe it is. For sure.
Hey, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. It's like, oh, it's so insane.
I was half asleep and half wasted when I watched that movie. So I don't remember a whole lot of it, but I do remember it was freaking horrible.
It's got Robert Zadar in it. That's all you gotta know.
Yeah. All right, now let's wrap this up with the rating, guys. Out of 5 you digs, what would you rate it, Bruno?
It's a tough one to rate. I'm gonna give it a 4 because it's it is what it is. I have a hard time going much higher than that, but I love it. Like it's worth a buy. I looked up there's a 4K out. It's like $23. I would like to check it out. Check out the special features, the making of, and shit like that. So when I saw it on the list, when Robbie told me you were looking for people and he sent me your list, I was like, I've been wanting to rewatch that for the longest time. So I'm glad I got back to it. So, a solid 4.
Dope, man. Glad you're here. You got a 4 from Bruno. Yeah. Jake, what would you give it?
It's tough. I would probably give it. I feel like in comparison to yesterday, I do feel like it was definitely like a 4.5 for me on the level.
What was yesterday?
I probably the other was Lionheart.
Crazy.
Seawall. What the myriad of different names. But I like this movie. Probably, I don't know. Man, Lionheart's, just it's got me. But
they're a different thing.
You know what I mean? Like
That's a totally different kind of movie, though.
What?
Yeah.
Why? What did you give Lionheart? I'm curious.
I gave it a 4.5.
Okay.
Way higher than I would have given it, but you go, Jake.
Yeah, I go 4.5 with Darkman.
Yeah, I think I'm about
Fair
4.5
enough.
on that one. Yeah.
Sometimes over there in Robbie Land, you get carried up in the hype of Van Dammeism, and you never know, man.
I mean, I grew up with Van Damme too. He was a staple when I was younger, along with the other like main guys. So it's just a lot of nostalgia, a lot of good like times rewatching that movie.
For sure.
But yeah, Darkman, man, for sure. I think I would give it a 4.5 for myself personally. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of great actors, great music. Despite it having a little bit of everything thrown in, I still think it was really cohesive overall. Definitely like a rewatch. Definitely going to be a buy at some point. When I get stuck buying certain things, and sometimes I got to rearrange my money on and what I spend it on. You know what I mean? So, but it's definitely a buy at some point. I have all the comics, so it's up there for me for sure.
Hell yeah. 4.5 from Jake. Fable, what do you give it, bud?
Well, yeah, you might have went a little too crazy with Lionheart for sure.
Delaney just like he dropped the bomb, man. I was just like,
I gave it a 4. Because I genuinely think that movie is bonkers. If you haven't seen it, Verno, go watch it. It's the craziest.
I haven't seen it in forever.
It's
no.
a nutty ass movie. That movie's insane. It's like
I heard he doesn't do the splits, so I don't know.
No, he
I'm
doesn't.
fucking
He
out.
doesn't.
That one
yeah.
thing always freaked me out. I watched it because I wanted to watch along with the stream last night, and that chick gets blood splatter on her chest, and she takes her
licks
finger
it?
and fucking licks it, dude. What the
That
Yeah,
fuck?
gross
I
smell,
really mentioned
yeah.
that last night either.
She had to get.
Nuts.
She definitely got Hep C.
Yeah, 100%.
At least it wasn't in the bum
And
fight. She was a
deviated
little bit more
septum.
upper class at that point.
Yeah. All right, so you guys mentioned the movie earlier, Crime Wave. I've never seen Crime Wave, I don't think.
I don't think I have either.
But
I have. It's crazy. It's over
when
the top.
I'm a Sam Raimi fan myself. I like his kooky, crazy way of making movies. I dig his style. Like I said, he's an original. There's nobody like him. He makes things, and you could tell it's him when you see it. Even subconsciously, you might not even know, but just damn, I know this kind of style, you know.
Mhm.
But this is my least favorite movie of his. Right?
Really?
Yeah, Evil Dead 1, 2, easily higher than this. Drag Me to Hell, Spider-Man, easily ahead of this.
Yeah, I would put Army of Darkness below this, but I think I'm in the minority. But
Army of Darkness.
yeah,
really?
that's my
No
least
way.
favorite by far.
No way.
By
See,
far, dude. I
I don't
can't do
even
it.
remember.
You just
Jack
hurt
Daniels,
Jake's
so I think
feelings.
I'm-
I'm sorry.
Hurt mine
Jake is
too.
gonna go.
Yeah.
I can't get into it, man. I think it's one that if you didn't see it as a kid, it's hard. You know what I mean? If someone shows you
I get you.
Ghostbusters
No,
for
I
the
get
first
you.
time right now, you're gonna be like, oh, okay.
I get.
But you know, if you grow up with it, it's the best.
Yeah. No, but to me, I do like this movie, but I just feel like it's not my favorite of his work. Not, I don't know. It just doesn't resonate as much as with me as his later works and some of his earlier work. So I'm gonna give this a 3.69. I think it's solid. That's a solid score. I think.
For sure.
Oh, for sure.
It's a little dated a little bit. It's a little corny or slapsticky at times where it doesn't really have to be, right? Yeah, Army is number one. No, anyway.
Evil Dead 2 is number one.
I think I'm more in love with the character of Darkman than this film, if that makes any sense, right? Like I like the bandages and the fucked up face
He
and the
looks
hat
so
and the
good,
trench
dude.
coat.
He
Yeah,
looks
he
so
just
good.
has a cool design, you know.
For sure.
Um,
Would you say you're ready for a remake? Because I would like a remake.
Yeah,
of this,
sure.
dude.
I'm
That'd be
down.
cool.
I'm down. I'm not going to be prudish about that, you know.
Right.
So yeah, not quite a 4 for me. But close to it. I had fun enough, and I remember loving this back in the days. And it is a Sam Raimi joint, but yeah, this might be the lowest on the lower tier of his filmography for me.
I'll throw out the Gift from 2000. I like it. I think it's really cool, but it's one that nobody really talks about, and it's different than most. Most Sam Raimi movies. There's like this a humor to it,
Right?
And that one, there's like no. It's just like a straight. Has anybody seen it? Have you seen The Gift?
I've not seen that. Really,
It's really cool. It's like it's hard to explain what it is. There's this chick in this town, and she's clairvoyant. She's got a gift, and Keanu Reeves is in it, and Katie Holmes is in it, and Kate Blanchett is in it, and Giovanni Ribisi. As I'm looking at, it's really cool. I hadn't seen it until a few years ago, but I really liked it. It's worth checking out, especially to compare to the rest of his catalog.
Right.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to do that. So Fable's got a 3.69 out there in the chat. If you want to rate it as well, leave a comment on the stream afterwards. 34 Easy Eric here is giving it a 3.420. That's a good fire score for Darkman.
I know where his head's at.
Right. All right, Matt, what do you give it, bud?
Just for pure nostalgia, remember this movie, and I guess I'm gonna have to give it a 4. I'll give it a 4, just because like I remember seeing it in theater and I liked it, and some of it doesn't hold up, but like it gets a bump because of Sam Raimi and Liam Neeson's in it, and Francis McDormand, and also Actionfest. I've decided to grade everything on a curve anyway because it's an action movie, so you can't really I can't really judge an action movie like Casablanca,
True.
you know, or like uh, Chinatown or something.
No,
So,
you can't.
it's just it's a fun movie to put on. Like how you have those days where like it's snowing outside and can't go anywhere, or it's a rainy day and you don't feel like going anywhere, or it's like 150 degrees outside like we had last week, and
Mhm.
it's so hot that the tweakers are putting copper back into the air conditioners. Um, this is like a movie you can watch and have a good time watching. I watched it today about lunchtime while I was eating lunch and just enjoyed it. I never got bored. I never was like, God, when's this movie going to end? And I've done that a lot. So here recently, we've been reviewing a lot of movies, and like sometimes you're like, man, when's this movie going to fucking end?
Yeah.
So I get a
That's
and
a bad sign, man. When you look at the watch,
oh, it's a
Right.
bad sign. I've
bad
done that.
sign.
Yeah.
I've done that with a couple of Neil Breen movies. Like, they have to put this shot in it. Although Neil Breen is entertaining, but also though it's kind of like what was said earlier. I think Verno said it like it's a Sam Raimi to the bone. This movie is Sam Raimi to the bone. You know, I could tell a Sam Raimi movie a mile away. Same as like it's almost like you could put on even though Tarantino, everybody knows every movie's done, but I could tell Tarantino's even wrote the script. I could tell,
Yeah.
like no problem. And so he's definitely got a certain style. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, For You Digs, no brainer for me.
Awesome. Got 4 from Matt. Let's see here. So for me, yeah, I can't give this a 5. Um, I don't know if it's my least favorite, but since I haven't revisited this movie in decades, it can't be my favorite either, right?
Yeah.
But rewatching it, I remember why I loved it so much. It was a lot of fun. Um, the style, the cinematography, the music of it. I can't give it a 5, but I'm gonna give it a 4. I
There you
think
go.
it's around a solid 4.
Okay.
Great movie. Definitely worth checking out, especially if you like Sam Raimi movies. All right, so I got a 4. Matt gave it a 4. Fable gave it a 3.69. Jake gave it what, a 4.5?
Yeah.
Yep. And
Yep.
Verno was 4.5 or
4.
4.
Okay. So, and let's see here. Easy E gave it a 3.420. So I think we'll give it a average PCP movie average of 4.
Yeah.
Sounds right to me.
Yeah, yeah, sounds right. Good solid movie. I guess we can kind of wrap it up here. I did want to show the next movies that are going on with Action Fest. Let's see if I can pull that up. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight, of course. Let's see if I can pull that up.
You just had it. Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Okay, my internet's slow tonight. Sorry, guys. So coming up, this is the full lineup for Action Fest 2026. The 4 different channels that are participating: myself, Heroes for Hire Comic Club, Pop Culture Philosophers, and One Collection Down. So next up, we have Commando tomorrow night over at Matt's channel, Heroes for Hire Comic Club. Then Friday, we have 300 over at One Collection Down Fables, followed by Death Warrant on the 13th. Nobody on my channel on Tuesday, followed by Red Dawn over on Heroes for Hire. And then Friday was Con Air, One Collection Down. I will be on that one. And then on Monday, 7/20, it's Sudden Death with Pop Culture Philosophers. The next day is Dirty Harry with myself. The following day is Iron Eagle with Matt over at Heroes for Hire. Friday is Tango and Cash. And then Monday is the Expendables franchise, all the movies. Following day is Kill Bill on my channel, 1 and 2. And then Wednesday, Big Trouble in Little China. And with the conclusion on that Friday with John Wick franchise over at Fable's channel, one collection down.
Let me just say, I respect Robbie for committing to the bit and doing his Van Damme thing. But god damn, does he have by far the worst lineup? You guys are all blowing him out of the fucking water. You guys are killing it, dude. But good, I respect it, Robbie. I hope it works. It will. It probably will work out for him. But damn.
Yeah. My comment has been Van Damme it. There's so much Van Damme and not his best stuff either.
Right. He burned through most of the best shit.
Yeah.
Expendables franchise is kind of a stretch too.
The what?
Throwing it, shoehorning the Expendables franchise into it, Robbie, is a little bit of a stretch because he's not in all those movies. So.
Hey,
Yeah.
I haven't seen a single one of those. I've never
seen one of Robbie. Where the fuck is Cyborg at, bro?
Entertaining.
We did Cyborg.
I think they did that one.
Did Time Cop. We did Blood Sport. Fucking
did most of the good ones.
I would have put the Quest.
Was it Cyborg his most viewed video? Maybe that's why he's doing all Van Damme.
It is. It's
Hey,
continued to work since then. Like pretty much every Van Damme movie that Robbie's done, go look at his channel and they kill it.
I would have loved to review Double Team with him.
Double Impact?
Double Impact.
No, with Rodman. They did that one called Double Team with Dennis Rodman.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I remember that.
I don't remember that at all.
It's horrible.
Well, listen, I would have never thought I love Lionheart as much as I did. I have become a big fan of that movie.
Lionheart. Yeah, I kind of liked it. I was glad I watched it so I could watch the stream yesterday.
Oh yeah, I kept watching it, going, "Am I supposed to take this seriously?
Yeah, like
are they taking themselves seriously? Like, what is going? Is this? Are these people from the '70s or the '90s? Like,
when you have to ask, there's usually something wrong. It
reminded me of one of those Super Nintendo beat 'em up games.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
I'm just like, it's as good as I remember it. Let's go.
Oh man, I had a great time watching that movie. I laughed my ass off.
Well, Brian Thompson in it, so I like Brian Thompson. He was in Cobra.
That was great. We'll go around the horn and say where the people can find you, what you got going on next. Matt, what you got going on, bud?
Well, of course, tomorrow night at 9, I'm reviewing Commando. Chad will be there. I think we got Tack Comics will be there. Aaron. I don't think Aaron was too impressed with it. And then Jeff will be there, and me. So then I have also tomorrow before that at 4:00, I have a pre-recorded video coming out. I did a deep dive into Uncanny Avengers issue 1, written by Rick Remender with art by John Cassidy. I do these like 5-minute videos where I voice over while you look at the art and tell you about the story. And it's one of my favorite. It's one of the stories that got me back into reading comics, So, because you got like the best of both worlds, Avengers and the X-Men together on the Unity Squad. And Rick Remender is probably one of the best writers Marvel had at the time. And too bad they ran him off, but that's a story for another video. And then Thursday is the Comic Lounge. We just hang out. Let people try to sell comics for the first hour if they want, or buy, sell, trade. Mainly people have just been selling, but if anybody wants to come on there and show some stuff they want to trade, they're willing to trade, or talk about something you're wanting to, trade to somebody or sell, send me a picture of it in the DMs, and I'll show it on the stream. And we're also going to be talking tomorrow, Thursday. We're going to be talking about Chain Kata, which is the new Daniel Warren Johnson joint coming out in November, which looks you got chainsaws, chicks, and space. So that's all you need to know about that. But Friday at 4 p.m. I have a preview video coming out. I do a comic preview of an upcoming series, and we're going to talk about the new Most Wanted. I think it's called
Gambit Most Wanted or something like that. I think it's called Gambit Wanted, and it's a mini series, and it's going to be written by the GOAT, Chris Claremont. So we're going to do a preview of that. I'm kind of excited about it because Claremont is writing some more X-Men. Anytime Claremont's writing more X-Men, you got to get excited about it. Then we have the show, the Sunday Super Show Extravaganza on Sunday at 6 p.m. We do new comic book day previews for that show. So, and a little bit of comic spec. We go over like the trending comics of the week.
Nice, nice. So if you're not subbed up to Matt's channel, you love comic books, you like movies, content, Matt's one of the greatest guys on here. Sub
Thank
him
you.
up. I will be on there Wednesday and probably Thursday. I come on and sell books. If you don't know, I'm a comic and collectible retailer as well. I do a lot of vending shows. I sell on eBay and things as that as well. But thank you for being here, Matt. I really appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you, bud. And Fable, thank you for being here. It's been great to be able to collaborate with you guys. I'm really honored. You know, you guys are probably my best friends in this kind of YouTube community, and Robbie. So it's been great. And having Jake and Bruno, they're my buds. So Fable, what do you got going on, bud?
Well, not for a few days, thank the Lord. My God. Done like 5 movie reviews in like 5 days. So it's a little bit of a break, but I'll be back Friday for my second entry into Actionfest. Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern over on my channel for 300. Zack Snyder, Frank Miller. I haven't seen this one in a few years either. And I remember loving it, so I can't wait to revisit it and see if it's still as badass as I remember. So yeah, come join us this Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern for 300. Yeah, man. Thanks, Chad, for having me on, man. I was really looking forward to seeing this because this was definitely one of the childhood movies that I needed to revisit. And I'm glad I did.
Yeah, anytime, man. You're welcome. Appreciate having you here. And if you aren't subbed up to Fable's channel, it's at One Collection Down with little spaces, underscores underneath. He does great shows. The Blame Fable show on Friday, which I've been a guest of a couple times. Just a great adult hangout show to close out your week, have fun, as well as the movie reviews like Actionfest we're doing. He does a great job with that. So again, thank you for being here. And then I'd like to thank Jake at Hounds of Gore for being here. Where can the people find you?
You can find me right there. Or on Instagram. You can find me on YouTube too. I dropped a lot of my sketch card reels, and now I'm dropping my most disturbing issues in my collection reels that I'm doing every like Tuesday now. Might get slapped in the face for today. By one of my favorite characters from Crossed. Yeah, man, find me there. I will be your ride or die for the majority of this month, my man Chad. I will be here next week for Nobody, followed by Con Air with my man Fable, and then I'll be back the following week for one of the Ultimates, Dirty Harry. So I'm looking forward to that. What else? July 19th, me and another one of our buddies, Spud, he's at Army of Darkness Comics. We are starting up a new YouTube live show, I guess, that we're going to be working on and doing like a show every month or so, called Hail to the Panels, baby. We're going to be,
oh yeah,
Verno likes that. Hell yeah. We're going to be doing July 19th. We're going to start from the very beginning, man, with Dark Horse's Army of Darkness movie adaptation, the original run, where it all started. We're going to be talking about that. So come by and say hello. I'm on Spud's channel at Army of Darkness Comics. And then other than that, just come out, check out my artwork. All my sketch covers and stuff are behind me. I've been adding to my Puppet Master uh, um, army as well, and I made this guy today, 6-shooter. So I made him today.
Nice.
That's
And
dope.
I think
Oh, nice, man.
he turned out sick. You know, so I'm doing those. Everything's for sale. I'm gonna pander a little bit, but come check out my page. I got a lot of artwork in my highlight reels, as well as some stuff pinned at the top of just kind of what I do. You know, commissions are always available. But yeah, man, Chad, it was great hanging out. I have subjected myself to 2 late nights tonight and the previous night, but you know, got to be there for my guys. So it's been a blast. This was just one I couldn't pass up as well. So thank you for having me, my man. I really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're welcome. Thanks for being here, man. Especially with you being so um, excited for the movie, it makes it a lot easier, right? Did that make you big that time?
No.
We
No, I'll get it
What you
one of these
do,
times,
what you got to
man.
do, the squares that have us on it below, the ones that people can't
Uh-huh.
see, there's a square in the upper right corner of each one of those. I think you click on
Yeah.
that and it makes us big. I think
Well,
that's
there's
what it
like
is.
there's one that's got like a little figure, and it has a square out by it, I think, right, or something like that. You highlight that.
There's just a square. I don't know, but I like this. Let's just fucking do this. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure there's just like
There
a
you
fucking
go.
square there that you click and it makes it
Yeah,
big.
you're big now.
Yeah, but he can only do
No,
There
like
you go.
that
That's
mode.
it.
Okay.
Kind
All
of.
right.
I like it.
That's the way to go right there.
Get it ironed out, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure it out
We'll
eventually.
work
Get
out
it down.
All
You'll get
right.
it down.
Verno, where can people find you? Oh, wait. Well, first, I just want to say, please check out Jake's Instagram page at Hounds of Gore. If you like original art, if you like horror art, I mean, he just showed a little bit, but you can see behind him, he's got lots of great sketch covers, reasonably priced. Reasonably priced, guys. He's a great artist. Check it out. Give him a follow.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, yeah, of course, man. Verno, where can we find you?
I am at Blood Splatter Chatter here on YouTube. Every Thursday night, get together with two buddies, Big Stu and the Missing Link, and we talk about it. Whoa, no,
Whoa.
Big. We talk about a different horror movie at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, 9 Eastern. And we're actually taking 2 weeks off from doing horror. And we're just doing whatever. We did No Country for Old Men last week. And this week we're doing Wind River, which was Link's pick.
Yeah.
I'd never seen it. It's got Jeremy Renner and Elizabeth Olsen. And it's cool. It's cool. I just watched it. It's on Netflix. It's highly worth checking out. But we're getting back to the horror after that. We got cool shit coming up. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. We're doing the Wicker Man, excuse me, Overlord.
Oh,
So
I would
we're
like to
getting
be
back
there.
to the horror
Yo,
after this
Nick
one,
Cage,
man.
baby.
That's cool. I'm going to review Midsummer soon.
We're doing Midsummer the following week.
Hell
I saw that you had it on Horror Fest. I'm like, it doesn't matter. We're doing it separately. But no, I've always wanted to do that. I always wanted to do Wicker Man and Midsummer as like a pairing. We can back to back. So I love Midsummer so much.
Oh yeah, both of them. Wicker Man is one of my all-time favorites. Like
Hell
that
yeah.
is one of the most psychological, like mindfuck movies. Christopher Lee, like menacing. Um, I've always been a huge like Hammer horror fan, so Christopher Lee is up there. You know what I mean? But Vernal, thanks for being here, man.
Thank you, sir, man. Appreciate you having me, dude. This was fun.
Yeah. That was a great time. Check out Blood Splatter Chatter. They do great movie reviews. A lot of the PCP Excitable Crew's on there. Stu's on there, and Link. Robbie's on there sometimes, and Fable. Yeah, you guys do a lot of horror kind of centric reviews.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fun.
I mean, always horror, other than this week and last week.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. And if you're watching on the replay, If you could please give a like, comment, subscribe if you're not, to myself and all these great people on the panel tonight. And with that, I think we're going to close it out. We went longer than the movie.
Yeah,
About half an
we
hour.
did. That's
But it
hilarious.
was a great time. All right. Keep it metal. We're going to end her out.